Hey guys, Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you're a first time viewer, if you're a returning viewer, please like and comment on this video. This is my recap, my review for Queen Sugar, episode 3 for season 1, Thy Will Be Done. Now the episode starts off with, of course, we have Nova, Ralph, Angel, and Charlie. She's actually... all of them are there because of their father. Of course, he previously passed, and now they're listening to his last will and testament. What's currently going on is this. He left all of the 800 acres of land to them, evenly, so that they could go and pass it on to the next generation, and the generation after that, and the generation after that. Long story short, their dad wants them to continue the legacy, keep ownership of the land, don't sell it, work it, make it work for them. They're not too sure they're going to go that route. Now, the interesting thing is there's a boat. The boat is, I forgot the name, but the name is of their late mother. Well, this is what we find out. Well, what I already said previously, but Nova and Ralph Angel's mother. So this 100% confirms, at least at this point, or we'll say 99.9% confirms, that Ralph Angel and Nova have a different mother from Charlie. Which explains a whole lot. Anyway, and again, his will and testament was created right after Ralph Angel was born. So he was so excited about having his son, he was like, oh, that's it, I'm done. I'm done spreading the seed. We're done. Got the boy. We're good. We're good. I think it was like back in 1989. So Ralph Angel isn't that much older than me. But anywho, oh, hypothetically, for show purposes. Now the thing is, though, they're trying to figure out what they're actually going to do. Nova and Charlie aren't too sure about actually keeping the land. And so this is where Charlie lets it slip that she's actually been speaking with Sam Landon. Well, that Sam Landon actually approached her. No one knew about it until just now. Nova is just like, you know, I have a job, I have another life. The farm would be a 24/7, 40, 60, 100 hours a week type of commitment. So I don't think I can go and swing something like that. Now, again, Charlie, she wants to go back to LA and she has a lot of stuff going on, so she's thinking about selling the land too. Ralph Angel's pissed. He's super pissed because it's like, again, they're trying to make the decisions without him, so it's just rubbing him the wrong way. He feels like, how are they going and doing stuff like that to him? And I feel his pain. I don't feel his pain personally, but I feel it for show purposes. I get it. They are your older sisters. They're used to handling everything. They don't really see you as being able to handle much. So that's why they're not even including you in these discussions. Is it wrong? Absolutely. But anyway, so Charlie's actually spoke with Sam, and she's going to go and hear his offer out. And she lets them know. They're irritated. Ralph Angel's just like, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. I'm going. Just do whatever you want. Because, of course, Aunt V was trying to stop him, but she said, no, they don't want to listen to me, that's fine. They don't want to do this, that's fine. I understand. They got to do what they feel is right, I'm going to do what I feel is right. I have to go and pick up my son, and then I'll figure things out from there. But no, I don't have to, because they have it. Now, Charlie goes, and she's speaking with Micah. Micah's on, well, he's doing FaceTime with his little girlfriend, and the interesting thing about that is, Charlie definitely gave the vibe of, I don't like that girl for you. I don't like that girl for you, but, you know, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. You need someone or something technically kind of partially positive in this whole muck and mess. So I'll leave that alone for now. And, of course, his girlfriend's filling him in on how his place is surrounded, and he's feeling bad for his dad because he knows his dad is dealing with a lot and what people are saying about him in the news and the media. So he wants to know, are they going to go back, or when are they going to go back to LA to help support his father? So mom's just like, we'll just be here for one more day. One more day. No, one more day, okay. And the last thing that we are going to talk about regarding that initial, coming together and then breaking apart is Nova. And this scene originally confused me because I was thinking, wait, did she have a son and we didn't know it? But no. Nova's the type of person where she's a black activist. That's what I'm going to call her. She is woke. She is woke beyond belief. She is the black advocate, activist, everything. You name it, that's what she is. So she goes to the jail and she visits this guy. This guy's saying he didn't do the crime and he's getting beaten down emotionally, possibly physically in there. And his trial's coming up soon. Well, his hearing's coming up soon. And depending on the charges and what they're trying to throw at him, he's saying he didn't do it. She's saying, I believe you, but here's the thing. I will fight with you if you're willing to fight for yourself. He's not so sure if he's willing to fight for himself. She has to go, borderline hold his hand. Of course, it's separated by plexiglass. So she puts her hand on there. It's just like, I will fight for you. You need to start praying. I'm going to continue to pray for you. We're going to go and fight this if you're willing to do it. And he was just like, yeah. She's like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go. It's like, okay, because they are going to make sure that you get the book thrown at you. Any little thing that could be in your past, present, possibly future, that they can throw at you, whether it's legitimate or not, they're going to do so. So what you need to do is make sure that you stay strong. You stay strong, you stay black, because that's what they see you as. They see you as a weak black man that isn't going to fight back. They're not going to be able to do anything if you actually fight back. And you know the type of fighting back I'm talking about. By standing up for yourself. So let's do this. So we get past that scene. Now Davis comes through to the house and Aunt V is watering the plants. It's just like completely ignoring him. I thought she was going to lock the door, but that southern hospitality, she leaves the door open and he comes in. The guys, as in Hollywood and Ralph Angel gives him dap. Hollywood gives him dap, and Hollywood's just like, you know what? We got some food in the fridge. This is on feed. We don't have no food. We got some, what was it? Water, lemonade, Gatorade, whatever in the fridge. We don't have that. Oh yeah, we have some sweet tea. Yeah, we definitely have some sweet tea in the fridge. No, we don't have that either. This is like, I get it. Don't worry about it. Now, of course, Micah comes out, and Micah is just like, hey, Dad, what's up? So good. Come back to LA. It's just like, yeah, I'm not sure exactly when. We're supposed to be coming back soon, but I don't know when because it keeps changing. It's just like, yeah, well, I need to talk to your mom. Where's your mom? Charlie! Yeah, I need to talk to you in private. And Aunt V says, whatever you say in private, you can say here. I'm thinking, no, he can't. As soon as he said, yeah, well, it has to do with the woman and the rape trial, it's like, okay, outside. Charlie was like, outside. We were talking about this outside. So here's what happens. Davis finally admits with Charlie prying that he did cheat. She was a prostitute. Now, of course, you can still rape a prostitute, but we know how this goes when you're trying to protect your reputation. And some people do cry rape even though it didn't happen, especially someone who's in that type of line or position. She could easily say, they raped me, they violated me. What are you going to do about it? And have the argument of, because of what I am or what I do, they think that they can take advantage of me. But that's not going to happen. So, he goes and admits that he did have sex with the prostitute. He did go and get the prostitute for himself and the other guys. I'm thinking, this is all disgusting. And still you want your wife to come back to LA so that she can go and put out this fire. So that she can show a united front. Okay, yeah, we see how it is. Now, they stroll up to Sam Landon's land. And they're just like, Nova's like, Lord Jesus, they replaced blacks with browns. They replaced blacks with browns. This place hasn't changed that much. It's sad. And it's actually really true. Instead of having black people till the land and all that, mainly because since now we have a choice, now we have the brown, Hispanic, Mexican, Latino communities going and doing stuff like that. And I guess you can say the white man still owns it, so not much has changed. Now, they go and they meet up with him. They go inside, and he gives them the numbers. He's like, I'll sell it to you for 8 something an acre. And they were like, they're like, the land is fruitful. There's no crops, but it's ready for, if you were to plant stuff, seed it within a year, it'll be ready for harvest. It's been tilled. It's been perfectly shaded, watered, you name it. Again, Ralph Angel, he knows a lot of technical terms and all of that. They all come with their stats. Of course, Charlie comes with the business mindset, and they all looking at him like, did he just slap us in the face? Does he really think that we're one of those desperate farmers that are just going to go and sell just because the land wasn't worth it? Because he was saying how, yeah, but there's no crops, so there's a lot of work to be done. Are you guys going to do it? I don't think so. And again, he thinks he's really slick. He thinks he's really slick, and it's disgusting because you know he's the type that goes and buys off everyone's land who's, oh, I'm getting too far ahead. Now, we're at Aunt V's place, and, well, at her place of work. And so Hollywood's there to pick her up. This little harlot, Roberta is trying to hit on Hollywood. And I shouldn't say trying because it is kind of succeeding. You know, Hollywood, he's entertaining it, but he didn't do anything. She kept kind of partially propositioning him and nothing happened. Here comes Aunt V like, hey Roberta, don't you have somewhere to be? You got work to do. Okay, I'll see you later, baby. And there you go, Hollywood and Aunt V going and kissing and smooching right in front of Roberta. Roberta's over it. Now, Aunt V, again, is talking to Hollywood, and she's not feeling too highly about herself. You know, she's like, age has gotten up with her. She knows she's not a spring chicken. She knows that Hollywood could go and get himself a spring chicken if he wants one. She wasn't that much younger than her brother, so it's just a lot. She's dealing with a lot. Mentally, emotionally, the family doesn't feel unified because it's not. And she's, again, borderline like giving him an out. She's talking about her, like I said, her looks. And he's just like, again, I am where I want to be. You are perfect for me. You are beautiful. But why are you so covered up? You know, I'm sure those tips would be flying if you were to go and just loosen up the blouse a little bit. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Now this is interesting because, you know, most guys usually tell their women to cover up. It's like, why are you doing that? Why are you wearing that? Close that. Add that on. But no, Hollywood's just like, no. You need to get ahead in this world. You need to do what it takes to be able to do so. So if you want to compete with someone like Roberta, you have the goods. You're just not displaying the goods. So there's that. It's just really cute to see them as a couple. Now we have Ralph Angel. He's talking with his, it's not his sponsor, it's his probation officer. And his probation officer is just saying how, okay, you had an interview for the crawfish place. What happened there? Yeah, you know, my father died. It's just like, of course, my condolences. But when you're not going to make an interview or something, you have to let me know so that I can go and handle it, because it reflects poorly on me if you just don't show up. Which is absolutely true, because a lot of people don't realize that how it really works is because of his position, a lot of the jobs and opportunities that he can get for people who come out of jail that are trying to be rehabilitated, it's based off of the strength of him. So he's basically kind of like a sponsor too. So if he keeps having people that back out or don't show up or don't do what they're supposed to do, his clients are going to lose faith in him. So they're definitely not going to go and represent, even want to talk to the people that he brings to the table. But there's a new warehouse opportunity that could also go to Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel's just like, you know what, could be getting this land. I could be working the land, saying, yeah, that's great and all, but your probation requirement is you need to get a job. You need to get a job with a pay stub. You see where I'm going with? Yes. So that's not going to work. Now, Aunt V, again, she's getting the attention that she wanted at work because now she opened up that blouse and those older men are just like, no. Oh, you look different today. Anyway, Nova and Charlie are there, and Nova's talking to Charlie, and she's trying to figure out, okay, so what's going on? And this is where Charlie lets Nova know that, yeah, Davis actually paid the woman. She was a prostitute, paid her to go and have sex with them. So that's what I'm currently dealing with right now. It's just like, I feel for you. It's like, thank you. And so that's why she was saying, you know, that's why I'm trying to finish this up as quick as possible. Now, Aunt V goes and invites them to her job, even though, of course, she's working, for one sole purpose. She's like, look, you guys need to try and include Ralph Angel more than you already have, because whatever you're doing isn't working. He's feeling left out. He's feeling neglected. And I'm thinking, just last week, you were telling us that, you know, he kind of needs to grow up. And now you're kind of babying him and calling him. But I do agree that they are keeping him out of the loop of everything, and just kind of, it's like they're taking turns, because just last week Charlie was feeling that way. Now it's Ralph Angel. I wonder when it's going to be Nova's turn, but I don't get the feeling that Charlie and Ralph Angel are going to really get along like that, because I don't know what it is, but they don't, there's just something there. There's just something that's like, I can't really rock with you. I can't really like you like that because you weren't really there. Anyway, Charlie sees Remy, and so she goes off because she wants to talk to Remy. Now, Nova notices, just like, what is she doing over there with Remy? But anywho, it's not none of my business. Now, they go and have this conversation, and Charlie lets it be known that, yeah, so I am talking with Sam about the land. And Remy was saying how, yeah, Sam's the type to go and he talks to mainly black farmers that aren't well off. They're going through financial difficulties, and so he goes and takes the land for cheap and everything else he can possibly get. And so that's why I wanted to speak with you before. But I actually wanted to invite you to this, you know, this potluck, which is just farmers, and we go, we shoot the breeze, and we eat. So, and she was trying to make every excuse in the book not to come. And at one point he was just like, look, let me write this down for you. Here you go, love. Yeah, so I'll see you at 9. Anyway, now we're at the house, and Ralph Angel comes home to see his 2 sisters. They're packing everything up, and even though they did set aside certain things like a baseball cap, some pictures, a couple other things for Blue, and technically Ralph Angel, they pretty much packed it all up. And I'm thinking, wow, that is pretty inconsiderate. But again, this feels just like when they were doing that, and it was Charlie who was left out. So that's why I'm like, Charlie, you don't really recognize what's going on. You just went through this last week. And the thing is, Ralph Angel blows up. And first he blows up on Charlie like, excuse me, why are you even... I was like, oh, don't, that's your sister. You definitely not talking to her like she's your sister. You're talking to her like she's some random chick on the street. And this is why. Because he's just like, I don't understand why you're acting like you hold so much here. Because at the end of the day, you are only here during the summers. Your mom dropped you off during the summers. I was like, I knew it. I knew they don't have the same mom. You can't tell me that they have the same mother and father. And they don't. And so then Nova was just like, now hold up, Ralph Angel. Then Nova got some too. Ralph was like, no, you can get it too, because as soon as I'm 18, I'm gone. And as soon as you were 18, just like what you said, you bounced. So I was the only one that was actually here in this house dealing with Dad and seeing all of this, while all the rest of you got to go and leave and do whatever you wanted to do. I was the one that Pop kept saying, you know, I want you guys to own the land. I want you guys to work the land, do this, do that. It fell all on me, whether you thought it did or not. And we're wondering what's going on. And the truck is trying to take the tractor. So Ralph Angel's over it. He goes inside, he gets his gun, he comes out, and everyone's just like, hold up. Well, of course, this is the South. So the not the guy who has the papers, the official papers from the bank, because of course Charlie to the rescue is like, you know, I'll pay for it. He's like, no, you have to go through the bank. And it's just like, what? Are you kidding me? Father just died and you're saying that if I can't cut you a check right now, just blah, blah, blah. It's just like, no, you have to go through the bank, the proper procedure, all of that. Because as you know, they are contracted from the bank. They're not directly from the bank themselves. So their job is to listen to what the bank tells them, not the owner of the, well, the original, I guess, quote unquote, owner of the object, the car, the vessel, what have you. Ralph Angel, like I said, he has the gun, he has it pointed at the guys with the paper, the guy who's the driver, has a shotgun pointed at Ralph Angel, and they're like, Lord Jesus, this cannot be happening right now. Thank God Blue came out of the house, and Blue was trying to run to his dad, and everyone was looking like, oh, this is really happening right now. I was like, put away your guns, put away your guns. But they still, neither one of them put away their guns. So then I'm thinking, Ralph Angel, God, please speak through Blue right now. Blue said, Daddy, come on. Daddy, come on. I'm like, who is this child? I want just like him. Who is this child? Because he knew that what his dad was doing was wrong. It was like, he knew his dad needs to come back in that house, stop acting a fool, because Charlie was trying to hold on to him, but he's like, no, Daddy, come on. It's like, what the? That's the grandfather speaking through that child. You can't tell me that's not the grandfather speaking through that child. That child is blessed. Now, Nova's eventually able to calm him down enough to where, of course, after hearing Blue, he calms down. They take the gun, and they still take the tractor trailer. And Nova's trying to console Ralph Angel because Ralph Angel is over it. He's crying, he's really upset, and he just needs to break down, just like, yeah, he is the baby of the family. You can tell he's the baby of the family. Charlie's just like, Lord, is this what you had to deal with when I wasn't around the rest of, what was it, like the other 9 months of the year? Since I was only here during the summer? Ralph Angel's crazy. So she decides to dip out, and she goes to the meeting. She goes to the potluck for the farmers. And the farmers basically just say how, you know, they appreciate being able to just go and vent because it's really hard. And people like Sam, what was his name? Landing, going and buying up stuff. And how the government assists the white farmers more than the black farmers. And just, there's still a lot of inequality, even with farming. So it's just like, wow, I never really thought about that. That's perspective right there, because I never really thought about that, to be honest with you. So, of course, Charlie's just saying how Charlie's trying to clean up. She's ending up doing that by cleaning up. And she just lets it be known that, you know, you're not going to fool me. I know you got me here because you don't want me to say. But if we were to hold on to the land, Remy, what would I have to do in order to make it successful? Well, oh yeah, and because Remy was also saying how, you know, a lot of farmers would wish to have the type of land that you own. A lot of farmers don't even own their land. You actually own all 800 acres of your land. So she's just like, look, come on now. And so she said, yeah, so what would I need to do? He's like, put a lot of time, effort, love, money, more money, more time. Look, it's not going to be easy, but if it's something you love, then maybe it's worth it. Now, we see Micah. He's on the porch swing, and he looks very perplexed. He's over it. He's like, when are we leaving? The mom, Charlie's saying, now maybe in the next couple of days. I just need to finish up a couple of things. And Micah's pissed because he's saying, Dad, is it because of he allegedly raped a girl? Is that why you're doing that? It's just like, no, your father did not rape this girl. He did not rape her, but I still need to figure out a couple of things with the family. You know, for your grandfather's farm, his land, I need to take care of that. He said, great. Why don't you go and do that and focus on your family down here while I focus on our family on in LA, as in dad, go back to the house to support him since you won't. I'm like, hold up. Little boy. He's like, I'm 15, I can get on the plane and I could have Dolores or whoever it is go and pick me up and do this. And mom's like, oh, so yeah, why don't you go? It's like, oh, you want to act big? You want to act like mom? All right. Why don't you go in that plane? Why don't you go and deal with the paparazzi? Why don't you go and do all of that? I'm thinking, now stop it. That's your baby. That's your baby. You know that you're going to intervene. You know you're not just going to go and let that happen. Look, maybe you are. I don't know. Because he looks pretty sheltered, so I could see him easily being traumatized depending on what happens. Ralph Angel. Oh, Jesus. Ralph Angel. And no, Charlie should not have to go and blindly support her husband, even though he didn't rape the girl, because he still cheated. He still did foolery. Ralph Angel goes and sleeps with Blue's mom, with his baby mama. You know, he's drunk. He needs someone. He just needs a distraction. She's going to be his distraction. He goes on the, I guess you can call it an interview, and the guy's grilling him. This is for the warehouse position. And the guy's just like, yeah, so what's special about you? Why should I even hire you? Because I get people like you all the time. You know, you all say, oh, you didn't do it. Ralph Angel said, yeah, I absolutely did. And I don't want to do anything like that ever again. That's why I want a job. The guy was so astonished about, because the thing is, Ralph Angel was honest about it. He was real about it. He wasn't in denial about his situation. And so the guy was like, okay, I'll give you a chance. Ralph Angel was shook. He was like, what? God working miracles? Really? He almost looked like he wanted to say, are you sure? So Ralph Angel is at work, working hard, stacking boxes, doing whatever it is in the warehouse, and his shift is over, and thankfully he's working, it looks like, with some decent people, possibly in a similar situation as him. So they help him out with his time card, they help him out with the boxes. So it's nice to see. It's a good feeling, everyone come together. Now, Ralph Angel, he gets home from work, and he's talking with his sisters. He's talking with Nova and Charlie. And Nova and Charlie have some good news. They are not selling the farm. And Ralph Angel's like, what? Stop joshing me. What are you talking about? Yeah, we're not going to sell the farm. We found another alternative. It's like, what? What's going on? Yeah, what we're going to do is I'm going to dedicate part of my time here and then also go back to LA and deal with the finances. Nova will deal with some of the other paperwork, logistics, but we're going to need for you to man the farm. If you're open to it, we'll need you to go man the farm because you need to be the eyes and ears. You need to put in the most footwork. He's like, I'm ready. I am ready. Let's go. Let's go. Absolutely. I'm thinking, this sounds all well and good, but you have a job now. You have a job now. You're not going to be able to just go and swing doing that job and then also this farm. It's going to catch up to you. It's going to be a lot to deal with. And Lord, I hope that he didn't get his baby mama pregnant. I hope he's protection. Like, all these things are circling in my head. Now, Charlie, she goes and calls Sam and says, oh, Sam's just like, you know, I knew you were a smart girl. I was just like, okay, so what is your decision, baby girl? It's just like, oh yeah, we're not selling. He was like, what? It's like, yeah, we're not selling. Yeah, we're going to go and work the farm. Because again, what they were telling Ralph Angel is, we're going to do this for a year. And then we're going to reevaluate after a year. If it works, we'll keep going. If it doesn't, we'll sell. And so she's like, yeah, we're going to work the farm, Sam. So it's like, oh, okay. Well, I just need you to be warned. We do business differently down here. I'm thinking, she's like, well, yeah, you'd be surprised what type of business I'm familiar with. I'm sure that's true. I'm sure that's very true. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week. Oh, next week looks like it's going to be a doozy.